Yo, this is Itano Plays Pokemon Shining Pearl. We are going through the first rematch of the Elite Four. We're only gonna do the first rematch, not gonna do the second one, cause don't bother. It's fine enough to face them once again. Anyways, we just cruised this because we just brought level 100 Pokemon for fun. Even a Kyogre was not even 100 yet, but it will be 100 probably during this Elite Four round. So now we're going to face against Flint, and Flint has the biggest change of the Elite Four trainers because, well, he had only 2 Fire-type Pokemon first time around. Now he has 5, which is big. So he has 5 Fire Pokemon, and all of them are weak to Water, obviously. You can bring other things too. You can also bring Pokemon of the Ground type, and Rock types are good. They're resistant to Fire. Yeah, other things you can do too. Just don't bring Grass, don't bring Ice, or Bug. And Steel is also weak. Kyogre can do fine here as well. He was fine against Bertha, he will do very good here too. Especially because he has the Drizzle ability, causing it to rain. Rain also causing fire damage to be reduced. And also do note that fire types also are resistant to fairy moves. Which is an interesting thing actually. If you do have ground moves, like Dig for example, that I have on to God Jump, do massive damage. Even Dialga's Earth Power do good damage, but Dialga is also a Steel type, even though it's also Dragon type. Dragon are resistant to fire, but Steel is weak to fire, so be warned. You might take some bonus damage. But you know what, let's bring Shiny Dialga out to play. Just to have all the Pokemon being used. So let's go. So finally Flint has a full fire team. He only had 2 before, now he has 5 Pokemon. So he replaced 3 Pokemon. That means Drifblim, Lopunny, and Steelix, which he had in the first time around, they are gone. Because now he brought in 3 more. Which one of those? Let's find out. Yo trainer! I've been waiting on the edge of my seat for you to come. I've been training myself for this moment so you won't catch me running out of gas again. I won't just bring the heat, I'm going supernova. Hope you warmed up because here comes the Big Bang. Well, hopefully you do bring it, Flint. Let's see what you bring. Here's Flint. He has his 5 Pokemon. All of them are fire type this time around. First one of these is Houndoom. First new one. Houndoom is also dual type. He's dual type Dark and Fire, which also brings a lot of weaknesses. See, this is a shiny Dialga. There are actually a lot of ways to get shiny Dialga, and not so many years ago there were some distributions in the DS and 3DS games. I think we can get shiny Dialga, so it was pretty easy to get. Anyways, Houndoom is dual type Dark and Fire, has multiple weaknesses. It's weak to fighting. It's also weak to ground, for example, and weak to water. We have a ground move called Earth Power, let's use it. Destiny Bond, oh no. Destiny Bond means that if the Pokemon gets KO'd, it'll take in the Pokemon with him. So Dialga, you took down the Houndoom, but goodbye. That's what Destiny Bond does. It brings the Pokemon with it. So that was a bit unfortunate, but hey, it can happen. Very well. Then we just move on, I guess. Let's bring in Garchomp then. We're gonna bring in Flareon on one of his other new Pokemon, since now the evolutions are inside of the game. Flareon is the fire type evolution of Eevee using a Firestone. Let's dig on the ground with Garchomp. Maybe use Flare Blitz, wanna miss. Here comes Dig. That's gonna KO the Flareon easily. And next up is gonna be Infernape. So Infernape was his prime Pokemon before, it's no longer his prime Pokemon this time. This is also another dual type Pokemon, dual type Fire and Fighting, which means it has also weaknesses to Psychic. It's also weak to No, I would say Fairy, but it's not weak to Fairy because Fire takes away that resistance. It's weak to Flying. Weak to Flying and weak to Psychic. So there's Infernape. I'm bringing in Mewtwo because he's Psychic type. This Psychic is going to do massive damage to this poor fella. Here comes Psychic. Yeah. But he does have Focus Sash, so he will survive. Infernape going to use Fire Punch. Good damage, but not too much. But because he's Focus Sash, that probably means Flint's going to use Full Restore. No, he will not. Flint knew that it's just pointless. He finally understands. Pointless to use Full Restore here. Might as well just take the damage and just move on. Next up is Rapidash. This was one of the two Fire type Pokemon he had with him before, alongside with Infernape. That means we know there's going to be one more Pokemon after this. Let's bring in Kyogre just to make this one a bit more easy, or quicker even. So Rapidash was the Pokemon I used in my own team throughout, but generally just didn't like to use Rapidash because there's just not that many physical fire moves that are high power, which kind of ruins it a bit for Rapidash. Then again, there's really not a lot more fire types to use in this game, sadly. Poison Jab doing some damage, but not much because it's not a poison type user, so Surf comes in and the Rapidash is gonna go down. But if Rapidash and Infernape was used, and I said there were 3 new Pokemon, who is the last Pokemon and who is his new prime Pokemon? Well, that one is Magmortar, the evolved form of Magmar. Hey, I'm about to go full throttle. We'll do that then. Here comes Magmortar. Magmortar, the strongest Pokemon of his. So his Pokemon are between level 68 and 73, and in the level up one he has level 78 to 83, and he has the same team, or actually no, he doesn't. So in his round 3 team, he switches out Flareon for Ninetales. Then he also brings in Arcanine as his 6th Pokemon. So his full team is Ninetales, Houndoom, Rapidash, Infernape, Arcanine, and Magmortar. Let's finish this off with our origin move, the Origin Pulse. Here it comes. Goodbye. No chance. It was fun. Incredible! Your moves are so hot to make mine look lukewarm. Ugh. Burn right down to cinders. He has the same comment as he had before, which is no surprise. Oh well, Flint might go down, but what about Lucian, the Psychic type 4th and final Elite Four member? Actually, I do some revive here because of the Destiny Bond by Houndoom, which caused my Dialga to faint. Which is unfortunate, but that's actually smart strategy. Some people even recommend using that strategy against Cynthia the first time around when you fight her Garchomp for a way to take it down. You just use Destiny Bond, because usually Garchomp will start off with Sword Stance if you use Destiny Bond first. Then if you Garchomp getting KOs your Pokemon, it's going to KO itself. That should be worthwhile using. Anyways, Lucian. So his old team, if you remember that, was Mr. Mime, Girafarig, Medicham, Alakazam, and Bronzong. All of them Psychic types. And aside from Alakazam, they were all dual types. He also does some changes to his party. He removes 2 Pokemon. And the Pokemon he removes are Girafarig and Medicham are out. And 2 new Pokemon have come in. Which ones are those? Let's find out. Let's see, which one should we start with then? to start off against Mr. Mime. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna start with Dialga again. Dialga wanted to go good against Flint. Let's have Dialga go first this time around. There's Lucian, the 4th and final Elite Four member. Let's see what he brings now and which Pokemon is new. So I said that Medicham and Girafarig are out, but what Pokemon is now new to his team? Let's find out. Just a moment, please. The book I'm reading has nearly reached its thrilling climax. The hero has obtained a mystic sword and is about to face their final trial. Ah, never mind. Since you made it this far, I'll put it aside and battle you. Let me see if you achieve as much glory as the hero of my book. Well, I beat you last time, Lucian, so maybe you should respect me a bit. Here he is. So what does Lucian have for us this time? He has Mr. Mime. That's the same Pokemon he started with last time as well. So Mr. Mime, dual type, psychic and fairy, which means he is now weak to steel, which he wasn't before. Mr. Mime will use light screen. That's the typical Mr. Mime. He likes to use all of these extra things. He doesn't even KO the Mr. Mime level 100 because of the light screen. I'll take off Mr. Mime. Now I'm gonna send off Bronzong. No surprise. Bronzong is another Pokemon he used before. Also dual type steel and psychic. This one doesn't really do much damage, but we can counter that. Now do warn, it does say super effective on Earth Power, but if you use it you will deal no damage. Why? Because Bronzong has the ability Levitate, making it immune to ground attacks. So if you want damage now with Dialga, I have to use Thunderbolt. We're gonna use Earthquake. Give me some damage. But I can counter that too. He wants to counter me, I'll counter him. I'll just use Ho-Oh. Because Ho-Oh is a dual type fire and flying, which is immune to ground, and fire type is super effective against steel. Earthquake, nothing happens. Now let's try the new ability called Burn Up. Burn Up does massive damage, but it will cause Ho-Oh to lose the fire type after using it. We can just switch in and out though, and the fire type is back in. Here it comes. It's effective. Bronzong goes down. Ho-Oh has now burned itself out and no longer fire type. Cool me though, I can just switch out. Here comes Alakazam, one of the Pokemon we had from before. Let's bring in Garchomp. Because Garchomp knows Crunch. And you already know Alakazam has extremely bad defense. Hit it hard with a physical attack, it's going to go down very quickly. Hit it with a super effective physical attack, it's going to go down even faster. It is fast though, so we're going to use Master Plot. Master Plot will increase special attack by 2. And yeah, it will be very, very damaging. The Crunch comes in, KOs the Alakazam. Alakazam goes down. So now we already seen the 3 Pokemon that Lucian brings. So Miss Mime is still up there, it was switched out, but which are the 2 new Pokemon? Here's Espeon, one of the 2 new Pokemon that he brings in instead. But just like Flint, he also has an EV Lucian. This is a Psychic type one, which is also very high on special attack. Not so much on defense powers. Destiny Gleam, super effective because dragons are weak to fairy. But Espeon is also weak to dark. And that's going to KO the Espeon pretty easily. Here comes Mr. Mime again. Mr. Mime, we already faced before. Mr. Mime dual type fairy and psychic. Some Lucian likes to use Mr. Mime first to bring up these barriers and shields. Counter that by trying to deal damage return. There's Mr. Mime. Let's try to do the Flash Cannon once more. So use Dazzling Gleam. Not very damaging. Dragons are weak to Fairy, but Steel is resistant to Fairy, that's why damage is neutral. We hit it with the good attack there. Light Screen is now off, so now you will take normal special damage. And here comes Gallade. This is the male version of Kirlia, or no, I think the Gardevoir can also be male, I think. But Gallade is a male-only Pokemon that you evolve with a Dawnstone. And this is a dual type, Psychic and Fighting. Which explains why Medicham was absent from Flint, because this is also a dual type, Psychic and Fighting. So it's weak to several things, including Flying. It's weak to... Actually not that weak to much. It's weak to Flying at least. Flying and Fairy is weak to. Well, Togekiss, you wanna play? Come on out. Be careful though, because Gallade knows Poison Jab, and Togekiss is weak to Poison. How am I to turn the situation to my advantage? What can you though? Here's Gallade, dual type, Fighting and Psychic. There's no Dazzling Gleam. One hit KO because Fairy type strong and Togekiss has very high special attack. And that's how we beat Lucian. I see. It appears he put me in checkmate. Truly outstanding. He took full control of the narrative without a moment's hesitation. Now then, the final page has yet to be written. Go and show us who shall emerge victorious. Oh, we will indeed. So that'll be the end of this episode. Next episode we'll see what Cynthia has to offer her in her rematch. She was a tough cookie the first time around, and yes, the Garchomp is still there. But what is new with her team though? Actually, has it made any changes to her team? Her old team was Spiritomb, Roserade, Gastrodon, Lucario, Milotic, and Garchomp. And yeah, she actually done one change to her team. And she does another change to her team in her other setup. By the way, regarding Lucian, so he was using Mr. Mime, Espeon, Bronzong, Alakazam, and Gallade, which means Espeon and Gallade are new, and Girafarig and Medicham was out. So what is new then? Well, Gallade of course was new, Espeon was new, but what is the next extra Pokemon in the second rematch? That is Slowbro. He brings in Slowbro, level 82. Water Psychic dual type. That's his 6th Pokemon in the second rematch. Cynthia though already has 6 Pokemon before. She has one change in her team from last time. She'll make another change in her second time around. So let's get ready for that. Next episode, guys, we're gonna fight Cynthia for the second time. Let's see what she can bring to the table as we get ready for another epic and damn impressive cool encounter. How fun will this be? We will take a look. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. That's good for now. See you guys next time as my journey in Pokemon Shining Pearl.